Okay, so I probably should have made this video like a while ago. Sorry for me looking bogus. I actually just woke up. But yeah, I never got around to like showing it. Now, why would they do this? Why would they do that? I should have made this video a while ago because like I had finished the stuff, but I never got around to like making the video that shows me being done. It'd always be like right before it gets done, okay, I stop recording. Like, yeah, but give me a second, guys, so I can. So, two things. I never really got around to showing the final product. I never really got around to showing the final product for the rear end and the rear end and the manual pedal install. I honestly could make a video on the manual pedal to do the install because there's a lot to it. Mainly because I have to be underneath the dash and it's just a lot being underneath there, period. So yeah, I'll show you guys that now. I was thinking about doing this in a one-cut video. I might still do it, but whatever. So I think I do the rear end first because like you can see that a little bit better. So the new rear end is in there. It is installed, painted and everything. Put the new lines on there, bent them to it. They all are hooked up. I don't have the rear calipers on for the disc brakes because they don't fit on these wheels. These wheels are like 15s, and those calipers, like I'm pretty sure need like 16s at least. So yeah, those aren't gonna fit. So until I get some different wheels, I can't put the calipers on, but that means I can do burnouts with like that. Yeah, I still gotta upgrade the suspension though. So like rear Panhard bar kit from UMI, which basically drops a rear Panhard bar down. Upgraded control arms. I got the stock ones on there, as you can see right there. It's got sway bars on it from IROC rear end, which is what this rear end is. I'm trying to think what else, and that's really about it. And I need to get new lug nuts, but I wire brushed these things down, and I ran the lug nuts on them to knock off whatever rust is still on there, and I anti-seized it. That way it doesn't rust and it don't seize up. Yeah, and I need new lug nuts for the front as well. As you can see, I'm missing some, like 2, but that's because I took one from here and put them on the back. And I need to convert that to disc brakes. Now for the pedal swap, for one, I need to change out this slave cylinder for the brakes. Upgrade that to a Wheelwood one with a upgraded proportioning valve because I am going on disc brakes all the way around. I have to. So as you can see here, this is the clutch cylinder, or not cylinder, reservoir for the clutch fluid. Here is the line for the clutch that goes all the way to the throwout bearing, goes in it, and then it will come out the bleed line. Let me see if you guys can see this. So right here is the clutch master cylinder. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys see that? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right there, the silver part is the clutch master cylinder mounted up to the firewall. Now with that, there are going to be 3 holes, and this is in every car. There's always, whether it's an automatic car, as long as there's a manual version of the car, it's always going to have 2 holes for the bolt and a hole for the rod on the firewall, because they don't change the firewalls, they just block them off. If you look down there, okay, it comes through the floor or the firewall down here, as you can see. Oh, maybe not in front of that. That won't. Oh, hold on. Oh, bear with me now. So, as you can see through there, and then it comes through here. This hole is actually trimmed back to fit the rod properly, but first I drilled the holes for the 2 bolts. I bolted in. I see where I have to trim the firewall back, and I trim it back to get the rod through. This is a double adjustable. Second, this is a double adjustable pedal assembly for the rod on the clutch. As you can see, it goes up and connects to the pedal and the clutch pedal. So on 3rd gens, you actually, what you have to do is, and the easiest way to do it, for one, take out the seats. This has electric seats. Yes, the electric seats do work. I just don't have it plugged in right now. You have to take out the seats. That way you can get underneath the dash properly and not be like me and try to get underneath the dash from right here. There's gonna be panels along here that you gotta drop off, unscrew. There's gonna be panels right underneath here you gotta pop off. And then underneath here, there's 5 bolts that connect to the old brake pedal assembly. I'll go grab that for you guys right now. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is the pedal for the automatic assembly. As you can see, it's your standard brake pedal with the, I think this one is cruise control, and this one is your this one is for your brake pedal and light, if I'm not mistaken, or it's this one. I think this one is for your brake light. Either way, whichever it goes, it's brake light and your cruise control. As you can see, there's 4 holes that connect to the master cylinder back there. With it's a nylon nut that's a 15 millimeter, and then there's going to be a top bolt hole that bolts in underneath the dash, right underneath above the steering column a little bit. Not right underneath the steering column, but like to the side. This actually is going to be in there like this. It's going to be in the dash underneath like this, and this will basically bolt in like this. It's either like this or it's like this underneath. I don't remember. Either way it goes. When you put the new pedal on, there's a bracket that goes underneath that's basically a recreation of this, but it's like reinforced because it's in a L-shaped bracket with the triangle. The little triangle piece is gonna hit on the back of this piece, so you're not gonna be able to run that with this in there. So either you have an option to notch it, which I don't recommend to do because you basically jeopardize the structural integrity of that top bracket, or you take this out. The way to take this out is, and this is only for the type of clutch pedal I have. So I'm pretty sure you get some OEM 4th gen Camaro pedals for T56, or you get a regular T5 manual pedals, you will be able to still run this in the car without having to take this out. But if you get Hawks Performance upgraded T56 conversion clutch pedal assembly for the 3rd gen Camaro, and it also works on the 4th gen, if you get that pedal assembly, you will have to take this out or cut it. I would probably, if you want to keep this in, I would probably just cut this area where it hits on the little notch piece and throw it back in there. but you'll be doing a lot of cutting, throwing it back in, cutting, throwing it back in, seeing what works. So what I had to do was I had to take out the dash pad. Then I had to unbolt the dash from underneath. There's 2 bolts right here. It's a bolt right underneath here somewhere. I don't remember where. Let me get a flashlight. There's a bolt underneath there, that one. And there's the same one on the opposite side on the passenger side. And then there's more things you gotta unbolt, like the ECU and stuff like that. And you gotta unbolt the steering column, which is a 13, I believe. Drop the steering column down. Excuse me. You're gonna drop the dash down, and then this is just going to be in there. Now you can press this down and slip it out enough. You have enough space where you don't have to completely drop the dash down, where you can just press this down off these 2 bolt holes. This is on the stud. Press this down, and then it'll slip out like that. So like it's sitting there like this. Only thing I did was press it down a little bit, probably about an inch or so, and then slipped it out, or slipped it back and then out over the steering column, past the steering column. That way this can get out. Once then, I put the dash back in, dash pad went back on, uncracked, by the way. This is my second car with the uncracked dash pad, which is very, very unlikely. This is the original dash pad from 1985. But you do that, and then you can put your pedals in. So I ran into a problem where my tuck bracket hole did not line up. So I basically had to let's see, there you go, it's up there. This bracket right here is what I'm talking about. It's gonna hit on this bracket hole, and that little piece I showed you goes onto this stud right here, which is right by the steering column. As you can see, that's where the steering column mounts up. But it's gonna hit this L piece right here I'm pointing at. I'll put an arrow to it. That's what's gonna hit on it. This is the bolt hole that bolts up behind it on the original pedal. And all I did was I took the proper size bolt. It's a shorter bolt. I forgot which one it is. I think I still got the package. And I took 2 washers and put it on there. That way it's on there tight. It's not gonna move. It's strengthened. I would like to take new lock nuts, nylon lock nuts on there, which are right there. Those little green things, right there. I would like to take those and get some new ones. That way I know they're not gonna come out. But yeah, that's what you have to do to put it in. And then you have a retainer clip, by the way, I should say, because what you're gonna have to do to get this pedal assembly out and get that one in is you have to, and also to get the clutch pedal in, or clutch master cylinder in, you have to move this forward and over. Move this out. You have to jiggle this out of the firewall, move it over to the side, and at that point you put your clutch pedal in. And I would also recommend getting a set of bolts and some washers that are bolts in behind right here, in replacement of this right here. That way you can hold the pedals in, and you can get ready to mock up and put in your clutch master cylinder. That will help. What else did I do? Once I had the clutch master cylinder in, I put the brake master cylinder, or brake power brake assembly. I'm sorry, I'm so lost right now. I've talked so much. Power brake assembly in. You have to go to the little adjustable rod that's on there. That rod, I would recommend, as you're installing it, like putting it in, put it in with the rod already on. You get a set of instructions from Hawks Motorsports that tell you how to put it in. It would be these right here. And I can take a copy. I'm pretty sure Hawks has this copy on their website. And I can. Okay, so right here we have found that it's easier. Here, let me see. We have found that it was. We have found that it was easier to install the cylinder with the turnbuckle and heim joint removed. It can be threaded onto the cylinder rod once the cylinder is installed. Be sure to thread it all the way down so that the adjustment can be made from the shortest length possible. That's what I'm talking about when I say once you install it, you want to make sure you install it all the way down the thread. Make sure you put anti-seize on it. That way it does not seize up on you and you can adjust the pedal. Other than that, if you can't adjust the pedal, you will not be able to adjust where the basically if you can't adjust the pedal where it is, either you have no clutch or you have clutch grabbing all the time. Simplest way I can put that. But yeah, adjust the pedal all the way down, and then as you can see, damn, my brake pedal went down. Oh, sorry, I have no clutch in here. But yeah, as you can see, man, that's actually more than I thought. Wait a minute. Yeah. Sheesh. I don't have anything up there. That's probably why. Huh. Anyways, but yeah, you'll basically do that, and then you'll thread it on to the you thread it on to the little hind joint that connects to the pedal, which is right there. Hold on. Holding. Which is right there. That's a retainer clip that you'll need. You order those off Hawks because you need the same thing for the brake pedal as well. You can reuse the one that you have, but if you don't have a brake pedal with the retaining clip, then you need to get those from Hawks. They're like $6.95 for one. They're $6.95 a piece, but it's free shipping. But like, I still think it's dumb how those things are like $7 damn near. So yeah, and then you're gonna put that in. That way you can adjust the clutch pedal on how far it sits back. One thing I don't like about these Hawks pedals though is that on the bushing for the spring, like, let's see, all right, on that left side of the spring there's a bushing right there. Oh, right there, right here where my finger is. And that bushing likes to pop out when you're pressing the clutch in because there's a spring in it, and the spring is basically the spring is doing this and it's pushing the bushing out, and like, I think that's annoying that they didn't design around that, because like it just pulls the bushing out, which is dumb. But yeah, the next thing you have to do, of course, like once you remove all your shifter and everything, you need this. This comes off the side of your shifter. This is what you need. I have it labeled so I know where it's at. The purple and yellow wire, and I think it's like green and another wire, are what you're gonna wire in, cut and wire in for your clutch neutral safety. So coming from the car, this is the shifter from the Camaro. Ooh, stuck on my shirt or my hoodie. So right here, as you can see, there's going to be little pins on the back. I don't know how well you guys can see this in the light. So these little pin holes right here, that's where that connector connects to. You need whatever that pigtail that plugs into here. You need those set of wires. There's going to be another connector that goes in right there. You don't need that. And there's going to be another one on top of here. This one and this one. You don't need both of those. You need this one. This one. You need this pigtail. Do not cut this. Unplug this and keep it in the car. Do not cut that. You need that. And you would need that for any automatic shifter, honestly. But yeah, back to the car. You need that connector because your clutch neutral safety is right there on the car. And basically, what the clutch neutral safety is, it makes sure the car cannot start without the clutch pedal being pushed in. Okay. And so we wire that in. I have to try to figure out how I'm gonna wire that along with the Terminator X. I'll figure that out when I get to it. I didn't think about that. Yeah, and then these are all the pigtails and connectors you'll need for that they give you for the brake pedal assembly. They give you everything you need. It's a kit. I will link the kit down in the description along with the bolt that you need. Because I know there's not a lot of good like detailed videos on this stuff for these cars. Like, I decided to make this video. If I get another third gen, I'll definitely go into depth on the like the manual swap process, because there's just not enough videos on manual swapping these cars. I don't know why everyone wants to keep them auto. Like, it's so boring. But yeah, right here, this is the bolt that I needed. Right here. So this is what size is this? Hold on, let me see if I got the receipt from when I bought it. Oh no. Yeah, no, I don't have the receipt. Okay guys, I goofed. I don't have the receipt for when I bought the thing. Shoot. So basically this is the size that you would need. Let me see if I have the bolt from, yeah, and this is the bolt. Is it? Yep. This is the size that you would need. This is the bolt that comes out of the top. As you can see, as far as like the height difference, it's about, I want to say an inch or two in length, when this one was like about 3 to 4 inches. So this is a deep bolt. This is all you need, and maybe like 2 washers, because the tap thread and the underneath the dash does not go far. It does not go that far down. So this is about all you need, which is more than enough, and about like 2 washers. That's about it. So yeah, you would go to your local Ace Hardware. Make sure you bring this top bolt that connects to the top of the clutch pedal underneath there. You will ask them for this thread pitch and diameter, but you want it about an inch in length. So you want the just about the shortest one they got. I'm pretty sure they only have I'm pretty sure that's the shortest they got. What else do you need? And I'm pretty sure that's about it. Like, once I get the clutch neutral. Oh, another thing about these Hawks pedals. So for putting the clutch neutral safety, and I got a haul on for this. It's, as you can see, there's like holes for it that like slot all the way down. I'll take a screenshot of off the website, but like those 2 holes, it's supposed to go all the way down. Like, that way, when the clutch pedal goes down, there's an arm underneath there. As you can see, it's right there. It's moving. That pushes down on the clutch neutral safety, and that basically is what activates it. Like, it toggles it. Yeah, that thing does not want to go all the way down on it for some reason. Like, you have to like force that thing to go down, which it should not be like that. It should be kind of snug, but you should be able to go all the way down on those holes. I cannot go all the way down on those holes. That's really about it with the clutch pedal complaint that I have with them from Hogs. They are nice pedals, I'm not gonna lie. I clearly need to adjust my clutch pedal for the throw. That way I have clutch, and it just really reduces how much I gotta adjust. Next thing I'm buying for this car is the transmission. That's why I've been holding off on videos. I've just been editing what I have and uploading that. This is the template for the clutch pedal that I use, that I made. This actually really helps a lot. This one's the most accurate one. I will take a printout. I will print this out on a computer that way, or scan it, print it out on a computer, put that in the link in the description for anyone that wants to that needs to use this with the Tix Performance master cylinder hole or any clutch master cylinder, this should probably work for you. Seeing how the holes are in the proper spacing and then the cutout for it, and you would just trim back whatever you don't need. Remember, don't trim a lot. Just make a big enough hole so that the rod can come through the hole along with the boot, but don't make a big ass hole, like a stupid big hole, because you can always take away metal, but you can't add it back. So that's the process I have on that. To get for the car is the master cylinder reservoir bracket that goes right there, but I'm gonna wait till I'm able to get the upgraded slave cylinder by Wheelwood. New lines from the proportioning valve, new proportioning valve. I think that's really about it. Windows work. I actually have to take out those ones on the other side and put in these new little washer thingies for the windows that go in there. So GM does not make these anymore for the third gen Camaros. So the only place you can get it is LMR, which strictly works on Mustangs. And yeah, I know what you're saying. It's Mustang, it's Ford, but their Fox body Camaros that was made in like the 80s and very early 90s, like 91, 92, and I think 93. They run the same type of washer for the windows. They still make them. Ford still makes them for their cars. For some of their older cars, these are still in production, and LMR makes them. But you only get 2 of these things plus a washer or plus a bolt, or no, you get a rivet. I think it's either you get a rivet and one of these washers from Ford for like, I think it's like $6 or whatever, and then from LMR you get this for like $11, $12, but you only get 2 of these and I think like a washer, when in reality you need 3. You need the 2 that connect the window in the bracket, and then you need the one for the end stop. And you can use a rivet. I was gonna use a rivet, but the rivet is how I fucked it up. And if you need to take out the glass, like, you gotta drill that rivet out. So you might as well just use a nylon lock nut. I didn't use nylon. And you take the bolt and you put it in. That's about it. There's nothing wrong with the bolts. Like, everyone uses the bolt. Like, there's nothing wrong with using the bolt. It actually makes more sense using the bolt. Yeah, that's just me going in a tangent with this thing. I'm pretty sure that's really about it as far as everything goes. I really have nothing else for this. Oh, yeah, I need to cut out the hole for the shifter, and I need to cover up that hole where the wire for the automatic came through. That's the next thing I have to do on this, but I'm gonna wait on summer to do anything on this car. Now it's strictly engine work and getting the transmission, because it's way too cold out here to be working on this freaking car. And yeah, that's really about it as far as like what I'm doing with this car, what's done to it. Yeah, thank you guys for sticking around, seeing like what I have done to the car, what I have left to do. Do be expecting more videos to drop. I'm editing right now. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, guys. And that's it. Thanks for watching again. Peace.